This is a traditional Gabonese dessert made with very simple ingredients, and its origin is said to be linked to French colonization in West Africa. In France, custard-like desserts appeared for the first time in the Middle Ages, and since then it's been widely distributed in the country and in all French-speaking countries with many variations, including this one. I slightly messed up on the recipe since I set my oven to 325 instead of 350, and then the top of my flan didn't turn out like expected. However, when I tried it, it still tasted super delicious, so I'm probably going to give it another try tomorrow. Definitely still, it was a solid 8 out of 10, and I would highly recommend trying this out. This is considered to be the country's national dish, although the dish has German origins, and essentially this is what we would consider macaroni and cheese. I actually forgot to film me cutting the dough, so I attached the video that I followed. I think they use a special tool, but you can also just use a cheese grater if that's all you have. That's what I use, and it was kind of hard to work with because the dough was kind of all over the place, but it works out at the end of the day. Although this only had 4 ingredients, it was very simple to make and it tasted absolutely phenomenal, and especially with the caramelized onions, it tasted even better. This is definitely a 10 out of 10 for sure. Welcome to part 112 of making one dish from every country. Today I chose East Timor and I decided to make this dish, which is called batardan. The country was once a Portuguese colony, and for this reason, much of the country's cuisine is influenced from Portugal. The cuisine of the country also features a lot of vegetarian dishes with local ingredients such as sweet potato, corn, cassava, taro, cabbage, beans, or even spinach. This dish translates into boiled corn in tetum, which is one of the country's official languages, and this dish in particular is both vegan and gluten-free friendly, and it was super delicious and filling, and I would highly recommend. Welcome to part 113 of making one dish from every country. Today I chose Seychelles, and I'm going to show you how I made this octopus curry. This is one of the most famous dishes from the island since it truly reflects the fusion of cultures that make up the island. This dish in particular is a Creole dish, and it's typically served with white rice, but I also read that saffron rice is really popular. This is also very simple to make. Honestly, the longest part of it was just cooking the octopus, and the rest was really simple. I read that they cut the octopus up in pieces and then boil it, but typically I just boil the octopus whole and then cut it up. Also, this is a mild curry, so if you're not big on a lot of spices, I think this is something that you would really enjoy. Personally, I'm not a big fan of eggplant, and the texture really bothers me, but overall, I enjoyed this quite a bit. Also, I think I added a bit too much liquid in my recipe, so I just thickened it up with some flour and added it to the eggplant, and overall, it still turned out great. At the end, although it wasn't that spicy, it was so full of flavor, and I think this is definitely a solid 8 out of 10.